Sorry, the song just gets me every time. Right, welcome to my... I don't want to call this yet. I'll do a clickbaity title, we'll see. But I know everyone's sick of talking about coronavirus. But hey, I'm going to talk about it in a different way. I'm going to talk about things that I've learned during my lockdown. And maybe we can just share experiences and you can leave a comment down below. Positive vibes here, man. Though I think we're kind of coming out of it. Well, for some places, obviously not when we're talking about. At least in the UK, I feel like things are kind of on the upwards, but also not. The new app got introduced today. I mean, what's good with that stuff? But hey, I don't want to get political into that stuff right now. So, just about stuff that I've learned. I've learned on lockdown. The first one is behind me. My dog's right there. Can you see him? No? Oh, you can now. There he is. I've noticed that my dog does nothing. I've actually learned that, like, my dog is the most useless dog on the planet. Like, look at him now. He's just staring at the sofa. I mean, my dog's, he's got, mental problems anyway. I'm not really sure what exactly he has. He's either like super autistic or I'm not really sure. He's on the spectrum. Basically, this is one time where we took him. Well, we're worried about him, right? And we took him to the vet, and a vet said, "Oh my God, his brain's deteriorating. Like he's fucked, basically." And the vet who we usually have said, "Nah, it's fine. That's a false alarm. That's just Dylan. That's just your dog." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I knew that. Like I know he's not a full deck, but I mean, yeah." But I just kind of realized that he has nothing apart from he just sleeps in the lounge. That's all he does in his little blanket that we bought. That blanket I've got there, that was one I have down here for him, but he just loves the lounge. I mean, I do love him. He's so fucking cute. I love taking him for walks and he's just the best. I love cuddling him, but he just literally does nothing. He's seriously just staring at the couch. Okay, well, he's there in the background, so I've learned that. I've learned that my dog is just so weird. I mean, he's always been weird, but I just notice it more. But you know what? On the other side of that, I've realized how much I just love my dog. I don't know. I just find myself just staring at him sometimes. He's on the floor looking at his little paws. He's like, I don't know. I just love looking at my dog. He's just so fucking cute. I didn't realize how much I love just looking at my dog until this lockdown, to be honest. So, anyway. Secondly, one big thing I've learned. Kids are the worst. And if people are watching this and they've got kids, I'm not trying to offend you or anything, but I just don't like kids, and I don't think I'm ever gonna have kids. I don't mind being like cool Uncle Dex. I've got a friend and she's got 2 kids, and you know, I go over and we hang out or whatever, and they're all like, Uncle Dex, and whatever. Sometimes we go for like a breakfast together and I'm with the 2 kids. You know, that kind of shit. And that's cool. I don't mind being cool Uncle Dex, having a catch up and the kids are there as well. Whatever, that's fine. But god damn, like, I thought as I got older, I'd be a bit more open to the idea of kids. I mean, I'm 29 now. I'm 30 next year, and I feel like I'm straying further and further away from ever wanting kids. And this lockdown has solidified that because I live in like kind of, I guess, not like a city or anything, but it's like a little kind of cul-de-sac-y thing, like a terrace house. So there's a lot of families around. And all I hear, like, I go upstairs for a piss, I just hear kids screaming outside on the, you know, the thing in the front, like all the greeny area. And, you know, next door as well, it's like kids always screaming and shit. And, you know, I'm always screaming and yelling, that's because of my job, but... So, you know, I'm not like complaining about it, saying like, oh my god, this is, you know, I hate this, I'm just saying that, like, I hear the kids screaming. I actually like hearing the kids outside playing. I think it's cool. I think it's nice that they're all, like, you know, enjoying themselves. Because I was a kid, and I used to be out there, like, you know, making dens and hanging out with my friends, and, you know, I was that kid. So I think it's cool, and I really like that. But just personally, god damn, I just wouldn't want to deal with a screaming kid all the time. Do you know what I mean? I was doing a workout today. I had the fucking door open, and I was like, just for like 20 minutes. Like, what? What are you even crying about? What are you even screaming about? I don't even understand. And that just made me realize, like, I mean, I don't know, I've always realized how much I just don't want kids, and I really don't think I will ever have kids. I'll be surprised if in the future I do. Maybe I can look back on this video if I ever do and be like, wow, you actually changed somehow, Dex. You actually wanted kids, but I just don't think I will ever. Not even just for those reasons, but just they're just so loud and they just scream and cry about everything and just. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Especially for people who have kids, right? Especially for like an apartment or something. That must be tough. Like I've got a lot. I guess I've learned that as well. I've got a lot of respect for people who do have kids and they, you know, they raise them right, they stick with them. You know, in this lockdown, it's got to be tough. It's got to be really hard. No space, like no privacy at all. They can't even go to school. You know what I mean? You can't even get away from them. That must be hard. I can't even imagine doing that. You know, I'm with my friends' kids for fucking an hour, and I'm just like, oh my god, I need to get out of here. You know what I mean? The kids are hard work. So, there's that, I guess. Thirdly, I've realized how powerless, in a way, the human race is. We are and we aren't. I mean, we're powerful because we can make cures and do this, and we can fight through everything. Like, the whole point of the human race, really, well, what we're great at is we're just resilient and we're really good at surviving. That's kind of our thing, right? That's the human race's best trait. But also, we're powerless to something like this. Do you know what I mean? We're so vulnerable. And I also feel like we're just a really weird species. And the problem is that we have so many people saying, oh, everyone's so dumb and this, but then how can so many people say everyone's dumb when so many people are actually doing the dumb things? It just kind of doesn't make any sense to me. I think we're very self-righteous. Like, you know, I'm not a smart person by any stretch of the imagination. I think I'm pretty stupid, to be honest. But I don't know. We're just powerless and stupid sometimes, you know? And, you know, it's like with the lockdown, you know, stay inside and everyone's going to the beach. Like, everyone's outside clapping on a Thursday, NHS standing next to each other. It's just like, basically, I feel like everybody wants to blame the government, and they are being pretty shit, I will be honest. Especially lately, they've been terrible. But at the same time, you can't just blame everything on the government. Like, we've all been shit as well. Well, I haven't. I've actually been really good. But, you know, you can't stand next to each other and then cry that the government didn't do lockdown, do all these rules, because the government isn't the reason why it's spreading. Yeah, they should have shut down planes and done all this stuff. Like, loads of stuff they should have done, and they haven't, and they should have. But at the same time, it's spreading because of us. And I was part of the problem, actually, to be honest. When they announced the lockdown, me and my girlfriend, we went to Birmingham. It's a city centre, in case you know what Birmingham is. We had food there, went to an escape room. You know, we saw my mate Will, DA Games, if you know him, and Chloe. So we hung out with them, we weren't infected, but the point is I went to Redditch as well. I went shopping that same, like, the day before. I went everywhere. And it's like, I didn't take it seriously. I didn't care, and that's the thing, like, you know, that's me being ignorant, and I've had to learn that, for sure. Like, we need to stop being ignorant, just going out and, I don't know, man. But that's English people, isn't it? We're like, we just want to defy everything all the time. With the States, they've got an excuse. They're like, oh, you know, it's my rights, and this, and this, and they can't really do anything about it in the States. The government can't be like, yeah, well, just don't. They can literally just be like, just don't. And the Americans are like, no, I don't care, took our jobs, whatever. That's a whole other topic, but yeah, I don't know. I'm going off on a ramble here, but you kind of get what I'm getting at. Fourthly, a lot of jobs can be done at home, but also a lot of jobs can't be done at home. There's more than you'd think that probably can't be, but also a lot of them can, for sure. And I really feel like that's going to change. It's going to change the landscape. It's going to change the world a little bit, for sure, especially when it comes to like on-demand VODs and stuff. I mean, the thing is, if I'm honest, I think this is going to happen again. I think like we're gonna ease lockdown. It's gonna be another outbreak, and then we have to go to lockdown again for a few weeks or something. I can see it happening, for sure. I think the coronavirus can always be a part of society now in a way. You know, we need to kind of make a drug where it encompasses, you know, a common cold or coronavirus, whatever, everything into one. Kind of like how the cold stuck around. The common cold has stuck around. I think coronavirus can stick around for a while. It might even just be a thing now, like forever. What are you barking at, boy? You don't like corona, do you? Oh shit, I was looking the wrong way because of it's mirrored. Hey. Sorry. What else have I learned? Oh, people are easily panicked when they bought all the fucking toilet roll and stuff. I mean, jeez, what are you doing? Everyone's so inconsiderate. Everyone literally is like me or fucking nothing. When the lockdown first happened, I went to the shops and I bought myself like, well, I couldn't buy a toilet roll at first, but I bought myself like 1 or 2 rolls. Bought myself like a little. I didn't fully stock up, but I made sure I didn't just binge everything and take fucking loads of things. It's just like, you know, we're not gonna run out of stuff. Like, everyone was acting like it's the end of the world, and not even close. I don't know. I just thought that was really weird. How everyone was so panicked. It was crazy. One thing I've learned as well is that people are very prone to losing their mind. Really prone to depression, like way more than I think we like to think or have the misconception of. Everybody's kind of, even, goddamn it, I think I like to think I'm pretty strong-minded. I like to think that. I don't really let things stop me from doing things. If I have a shitty day, like, it doesn't last very long. Like, my mentality is literally, get over it, nobody gives a shit. Do you want to sit there and be a pussy, or do you want to fucking do something with your life? That's kind of how I get over stuff. Well, I say that when I had my panic attacks after I had the... I still get my panic attacks now, but I just avoid stuff that, like, triggers it or whatever, right? So, I don't know. Just, everyone's got their thing. I know some people are, you know, they get stuck in depression, they can't get out and everything. And I completely understand that. I'm not discrediting those people, but I'm just saying that it's interesting how much it affects people, like mental health and all that stuff. And even like me, like I said, I think I'm pretty strong-willed. Not a lot really gets to me. The only thing that really got to me was when I had that bad trip and that fucked me up for ages. But I mean, that's kind of a different story, you know? Different fucking, not even close being on the same level. But even I'm just like, fuck this at this point, man. I'm sick of this lockdown, you know? I miss my friends, I miss my family, my girlfriend, I miss going out, I miss going to the gym. It's hard. It's tough, and, you know, I get to work at home. I work at home a lot of the time anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to being alone. I've been alone a lot of my life as well. I've always moved around places, you know, I lived in Dubai, lived in America, lived in London. I've always just been by myself a lot of my life. Especially when I was late teens, kind of early 20s. So it's like, it's not a big deal for me. I'm so used to it. And even I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, it just does get to you. I think last week I had a day where I was like, ugh, I miss just going to a spa and having a spa day. Getting pampered and shit. Then going shopping. Like, little things like going to CEX, going in there and just buying like 15 crappy PS2 games, which I have a whole stack of down here. Going home and then playing them and getting drunk, you know? Like, well, I can't do that. Me missus can't do anything. So even just something simple like that. I can't even go over for a meal. It's just tough, man. So, you know, you're not alone at all in this. At all. It is hard. But we just got to stick it out and all that shit. But it's getting hard. But yeah, just everyone's very prone to it. I guess my point is, like, again, I think I'm pretty strong-willed and I just get over stuff, but even I'm a bit like, ugh, a bit exhausted from it. So I can imagine it being very hard for people who do find it hard, find it easy to fall into those deep abysses, those abysses? Oh, it's abyss, right? But would you say into the deep, if there's multiple abysses, would you say abysses? Abyss? Fuck knows. Sound off in the comments down below. So there's that. Yeah, it's just a shame how much it's gonna take a toll on people. And I guess like that leads into my last thing I've learned, not last thing, but my list right now. I'm sure there's loads of things I've learned, but I can't think of the top of my head right now. And everyone's experience is just so different. You know, I'm at home, you know, my job is at home. I live with my brother as well, so me and my brother always have company. You know, and my brother's a chef, so he makes us food, and we also have basically a homemade gym. Like, we have a lot of gym stuff here and a treadmill and fucking loads of big apparatus stuff. So, you know, we're lucky. We're really lucky where we can just, you know, I've lost a lot of weight in the lockdown, I don't know if you can tell or not, but so I've been stuck with that stuff. But I can do that. But, you know, I know people who are in an apartment and they're with two other roommates and they live in like London. They can't really do anything. You know what I mean? Like, people are stuck with their family as well. It's just weird. Everyone's experience is just so all over the place, and it's really hard to kind of compare your experience to somebody else, you know? And that's why I think, you know, I really feel for people as well who, you know, are not making much and they're stuck in an apartment. They got to pay their rent. They lose their job. You know, I know people have lost their jobs and stuff, and they're looking for somewhere and they're desperately trying to find something. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard for a bit. And I'm probably not the best person to talk about this, as I've been lucky most of my life. There's only been like once where I was almost bankrupt and I just bounced back and I've been okay ever since. I was like 21, 22 or something. Actually, I say that. I mean, even then, I was still fine. I had safety nets and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've always got a family. Like, this house I live in right now, like, it's a family house. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've always got somewhere to go. I don't know. I guess I can't really talk about that kind of stuff very well because I've never really truly struggled in my life with that kind of stuff. So my words may sound hollow, But I do, you know, I do feel for people who are in that situation, you know, and it's tough, man, and it's hard. And, you know, I just hope that everyone's been able to keep strong at least and be able to, you know, keep positive. Maybe learn some new skills online, you know, learn coding or something. I don't know, like anything where they can kind of take that in the future. Because I think this will happen again at some point. It's inevitable. At some point, this will happen again. Yeah, I guess like the takeaway, my final thoughts is everyone just needs to stay positive and try and get through this. And just know that, like, I know it sounds really cheesy and lame, but like, you're not alone in this at all. And hey, if I can make some stupid videos and that can maybe help ease your, if you're feeling a bit down or something for a few minutes, hey, well, I've done my job. That's kind of what I'm here for. I'm trying to take people's mind off stuff by talking about the stuff they're trying to get mind off. Brilliant. Anyway, leave a comment down below what you've learned from your experience, things that you hope for will change in the future, or if you know what your experience has been like as a whole, this coronavirus lockdown shit. And yeah, I'll see you next video. So stay positive, stay safe. I'll see you next time.